Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2013-14 school year. A great one that marks our 20th anniversary of existence. And what a significant way of starting the celebration. We will end the celebration in June with graduation of class 2014, but today, allow me to say that I'm proud to be here, to stand next to Mayor of the greater city of New York, Mayor Bloomberg, and my boss, Chancellor of Education, Dennis Walcott. 10 years ago, we were gasping for fresh air. 10 years ago, it looked like that the city of New York have closed all their doors on a group of young immigrants and a group of professionals that were providing services to them. And then Children First started, and Children First began shaping every school, every district, every place where teachers and students were meeting to build the new society. And then we saw that we could go and move forward in providing our students with a place, with a cathedral where they can learn, where teaching will be at the highest, and when hope will be restored in many, many kids, many children, many families. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Walcott, today I can tell you that from Cooper Union to Harvard University, from Carnegie Mellon to Binghamton, from City College to any other city university, my kid, Luperon graduate, congratulate you and will always be grateful for what you did for us. But I can also tell you that those who had already managed to grad, whether they work at NBC, whether they work for the New York City Police Department, New York City Department of Education, the Department of Defense, and many other places, they are also grateful for your contribution. They will always remember you because you were the one who made the decision to grant us this beautiful small home. Having said that, Mr. Mayor, welcome to Luperon. Bienvenido.
Juan, thank you for that kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. When I was walking in, one of my helpers said to me, are you nervous the first day of school? And I tried to remember back the first day of school. But the first day of school for me was an awful long time ago, and I have absolutely no recollection whether I was nervous or not. I graduated high school. Would anybody like to guess what year I graduated high school? Nobody? I'll tell you. 1960. Ooh, I always get that. But I was lucky enough to go to a public school in Medford, Massachusetts. My recollection is there were 600 kids in the class, and it was, I have nothing but good memories. And I can remember two teachers I'll tell you a little bit about. I've been a lucky guy. I had a chance to go to a good school, and we want to make sure that everybody in New York City gets that opportunity to go to a good school. I hope you all had a great summer, but not so fantastic that you're not excited to be here. Today, the first day of school, really is a very special day in our city. The start of each school year now holds such promise. It's an opportunity to reconnect with friends that you may not have seen since June, or to see that special teacher or coach, to get a strong start so that you can build on everything that you've achieved last year. And that's why I'm so happy to welcome all of you on this first day here at Luperon High School, especially our incoming freshmen, the newest generals. Generals, it's your mascot for those of you who are just joining here. I want to encourage every freshman to wear the name of your new mascot with pride. The name Generals, of course, honors this high school's namesake, the Dominican military leader who helped restore sovereignty to the island back in 1865. But I think that Generals has another more current meaning as well, and that is it's a reminder of this school's outstanding record of achievement over the last few years. Luperon's high school graduation rate has risen more than 22 points since 2005 and is now at 79%. And thanks to Principal Villa's leadership, his great team here, and of course the hard work of its students, Luperon High has received an A on every progress report for the past 6 years. It's an amazing achievement. And when you consider that almost all of the students here only recently became New Yorkers and have had to learn English as a second language, this school's achievements are even more impressive. I can tell you that I take a Spanish lesson every day. I've been doing it for years, and it is the hardest thing that I have ever done, but I am committed to this. I've said I'm not going to die until I speak Spanish like a native, and my Spanish instructor, who's a Colombian lawyer, tells me that I'm going to have a very long life at the rate I'm going. This school's success is a testament to this community and to the close partnership of parents with the school's teachers and administrators. And I think it's also a testament to the combination of higher standards and education reforms that we've put in place here at Luperon High and at schools throughout the 5 boroughs. You know, achieving success begins with expecting success. And our core philosophy has always been that when it comes to education, if we raise our expectations, the students will meet them. And at the same time, we've made the investments and reforms necessary to help those students get here, and that includes building this modern facility. It's a 21st century building for a 21st century education. And I remember standing with Principal Villa back in 2007 when we broke ground to begin building the school that you're sitting in today. And back then, Luperon High was located in a converted factory on 181st Street, and that building had no gym, no music rooms, no auditorium, and no science labs. And today, given what you have, it's really hard to imagine it. So it was a very proud day when I joined your principal and teachers here in 2008 at the very first day of classes in this building, for the new high school. Now, soon you'll have to head to your first classes, and by day's end, many of you will have received your first assignments. I can tell you this, the work is not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be, but I believe in you and your teachers believe in you. And so when a science experiment is particularly tough, or your math teacher assigns problems that take what seems like hours to solve, don't give up. Keep at it. Your teachers are going to challenge you to stretch yourselves and work hard, because that is the only way for you to succeed in the next grade and after you graduate and through your lives. I know firsthand what a great teacher can make. I hate to admit, but when I was a student at your age, I was not a great student. As a matter of fact, I was basically a straight C student. I always say I made the top half of the class possible. But you got to think about that. I was in the bottom half all the time. But I admit that, like you, I was fortunate to have some great teachers. And one teacher in particular that I remember cared about me and pushed me to succeed. He was my history teacher, Mr. Lally. I don't know whether he's still alive. He would be very old today if he is. But he had ways of making events and people of the past come alive, and that meant something to me. It brought history out of the textbooks and into the real world, and it was one of the first times I really connected what I was learning in school with what I knew I would need for the rest of my life. His passion was contagious. I think it's fair to say I caught it. He made me a better student. He got me interested in ideas and eager to understand and communicate them. And all of you have the potential to do exactly the same thing. All of you in this room have the potential to do anything you want if you work at it. So study hard, estudian mucho, as my speech teacher would say to me. Make this the best year yet. The only piece of advice I can give you from somebody who's about to be unemployed in another 3 months is you got to work hard. Your future is in your hands. If you really want to make something out of it, you can. And if you don't, then you're going to look back someday and say, I wish I had. You want to have a good time. You want to have lots of friends. You want to play sports. You want to have lots of exposure to the arts. But you have to be able to communicate with people and work with people. And that's what the school is going to teach you. Now, let me present someone who has been at the forefront of our educational reforms from the beginning. He now leads our efforts to prepare every student in our system, 1,100,000 kids, for success. He celebrated a birthday over the weekend, and I know there's no better present for school's Chancellor, Dennis Walcott, than seeing our kids at school ready to learn. Dennis?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for your leadership, and it's really a pleasure to be back here again. And just to remind you, Mr. Mayor, that you made a promise way back when to Juan and the leadership and the students of this school to build a new building. They have been located, as you indicated, in a factory, and as a result of your promise, we stand here today. So thank you for your leadership. Juan, you know, I can't say enough great things about you. You have just been and continue to be a fantastic principal. You lead this school in a way that just provide, I think, high level of excellence for our students and set an example on what leadership is about. So, Juan, I want to thank you as well. Our teachers around the audience. Let me see our teachers by waving your hands. The teachers, thank you for everything. You guys have done and continue to do a marvelous job here, and you represent the great 75,000 teachers throughout New York City. We're so proud of you. We expect great things from you this year, and we know that you will do extremely well. To our students, it's always a pleasure to see you. And I was standing outside earlier, and I was watching the 9th graders walk in. And they had such a wide-eyed look of like, wow, I'm here. I'm in this high school. Do you remember it all going through your 9th grade in high school?
9th grade, no.
You know?
12th grade, yes.
Did you walk to school?
Walked to school, never bicycled, walked, and sometimes took a public bus.
You took a public bus? Because I had to take, I think, 2 or 3 buses to get to my high school. But high school is a great experience. And the one thing that I've learned from the mayor, one of the many things I've learned from the mayor, always try something new. Try something difficult. Never be afraid to fail. Challenge yourself. Did you take language in high school?
Latin and French, and my first D in high school was in French.
French?
And I remember going home and my parents were not thrilled.
Well, I took French in high school, and I had Mrs. Shapiro who taught me French in high school. And thank goodness for Mrs. Shapiro. I think I got a 65 on my French Regents. If I didn't get that 65, I would have been one of the 5-year graduates. And to me, trying different languages, trying different experiences is the best thing in the world. So I want to be brief, but to me, this is an exciting day. It's an exciting day here at Luperon, but it's an exciting day for our 1.1 million students throughout New York City. Amazing facts that I'm about to share with you. For our elementary and middle schools, we have delivered 1.5 million new textbooks. 1.5 million new textbooks over the summer and even early this morning, helping our students reach new standards. We're opening up 76 new schools today. 76. We have a record number of schools that will open today. 1,819 schools, Mr. Mayor. That's now part of our New York City public school system. Construction, we have 19 new buildings that are opening up. And in total, since the mayor has been in office, we have created 126,000 new classroom seats. We're opening up 4,000 new full-day pre-K seats today in underserved communities. And yesterday, as a result of the mayor, we announced we're creating 4,000 additional after-school seats for our students as well. Anywhere you take a look at in New York City, you have new innovative things taking place on behalf of our students. We're setting the bar high as far as standards are concerned. Professional development has been taking place over the summer and over the last several years to make sure that we help our students meet that new high bar so that way they graduate college and career ready. And it's all on behalf of our students, making sure we lay a solid foundation with them to go to college and have careers. One of the things the mayor and I like to joke about is his generation, which is slightly different than my generation, but not that much different, in that back then, when the mayor was in school, it used to be called vocational schools. We now call it career technical education schools. From 1898 to 1960, there were 18 vocational schools created. From 1960 to 2002, there were zero vocational or career technical education schools created. Since the mayor's been in office, we have created 28 new career technical education schools. Schools like construction trades, health opportunities, schools out on Governor's Island around harbor services, some of our new ones with health services, energy high school, emergency management high school, you name it. Those types of choices are now available that never existed before for our New York City public school students. So we have provided choice through charter schools, single-sex schools, all on behalf of our students. So students, it's a great day. The final thing is that you're going to have something very unique happening to you this year that has not happened in a while. Starting school today, you will not have a break until Columbus Day. You will have uninterrupted learning taking place. So it's a great opportunity for your fantastic teachers to help you reach that new bar of educational excellence. We are here for you, but all this is about you, our students, and making sure you get a great education. Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for your leadership. As a result of you setting that bar high, our students will have the opportunity to be prepared for the 21st century jobs to make sure that they're college and careers. Thank you for your leadership. Juan and all of you, thank you for your leadership, and have a great opening day.